Hello and welcome to the Pederscope. We are live. I am your host, Steve Pederson, and it is Fabulous Friday. Give a shout out to all of the people out there in the world. I don't know. Let's have fun today. It's Fabulous Friday. We're talking about keys to being the difference. This is episode number 55, entitled Declutter. You know, the topic of decluttering has come up several times for me lately. So I thought this would be a great opportunity to do a Pederscope on the topic. I've heard this saying before that says the thing that you need the most is something you teach about, or something like that. The thing you need to learn the most is what you need to teach about. So I'm going to teach about it because I definitely need to declutter. I want to take you on a journey just for a brief moment. I know this might totally tarnish your view of me. It might totally embarrass me, but I'm going to move the camera and I'm going to show you my desk right now, and I'm going to show you what total disarray we are looking at. You ready for this? Get ready. Here goes. Okay. There's my desk. My desk is in just an absolute mess. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be decluttering personally. But let's talk about it for a second. So one of the things that I did was I looked up some quotes on decluttering, and I will have to say, honestly, that some of them were really kind of corny and unhelpful. Things like, if it doesn't nourish your soul, get rid of it. Okay, well, I guess I'm going to get rid of all the groceries in our refrigerator because that's not nourishing my soul. Here's another one. The more things you own, the more they own you. Can you believe that? I know some people might find that, that's really deep and interesting. I find it to be garbage. And I think what's interesting about that quote is the author is unknown. Yes, I know why they're unknown, because they don't want to take responsibility for that silly quote. But here's a little bit more helpful quote when it comes to clutter. It says, clutter is not just physical stuff. It's old ideas, toxic relationships, and bad habits. Clutter is anything that does not support your better self. Wow, I thought that was a fantastic quote, something to take with you to the bank. There's tons of quotes out there, but I want to caution you, I want to warn you against spending too much time filling your mind with the clutter of a bunch of quotes and instead doing things that would be more helpful to you, like actually decluttering. But I think with that last quote, it is very helpful to realize there are several different types of clutter. There's obviously the clutter that we find on our desks, and there's clutter around our homes, but there also is clutter in our schedules. There's clutter in our relationships, and I think what all of this does is it points to a deeper, I don't want to say problem, but a deeper issue that I think that we owe to ourselves to take a look at. Clutter starts in the heart, and then it manifests itself outwardly. So if we just go after the outward signs of clutter, sure, that's going to definitely help to some degree, but if we don't deal with the inner reasons why we have clutter, then it's not going to ultimately help in the long run. So we have to look at the core. What is the core? I think one of the main things at the core is that just as humans living in a physical body, in a physical world, we tend to want to hold on to things. We want to, we're on a kind of a time trajectory. Life is constantly moving forward. We're constantly moving into the future. And if you have ever had kids, you know it's like you want to hold on to those times, when your kids were little and you look back on those times and it's like, oh, such precious memories. And those are great. And I'm not saying let go of those, but I'm saying we have this tendency to want to hold on to things from the past when really we are on this journey that's constantly evolving. And I think that the more we can learn to let things go, the better. Letting things go. I think that's really kind of at the heart of why we have clutter, is because we have such a hard time letting things go and living in the present moment. When I think about the Native American Indians and how they, or not just the Indians, but just any kind of nomadic tribe or nomadic people, they're not usually carrying a whole lot of stuff with them. And I think when our human species became this kind of population where we settled down and we're not moving around from place to place, we've had this ability and opportunity to accumulate more and more stuff. So I kind of compare nomadic people to like a river. They're constantly moving, constantly flowing, whereas opposed to nomadic or settlers are more like a lake where things just kind of settle at the bottom. So decluttering, not just another thing to do. There's certainly a lot of books out there, a lot of quotes. I don't want to give you guys a ton of things that are going to distract you from decluttering. I just want to encourage you to think about it. How is this a key? How is decluttering a key? Why declutter? I think that you will find yourself more free, more relaxed, more at ease, less distracted, and more fully present in the moment and appreciating each moment. And the more you'll be able to allow new experiences to flow into your life. If you're not happy with your life, if you don't like what you got, change it. World's all screwed up, rearrange it. Those are lyrics from a song. I don't know why that just came to mind, but it was fun. So here's an action that you can take today on Fabulous Friday. I specifically brought this topic up today just before the weekend because I thought this is something that really can be done on the weekend. And that is take a look at your home, your office, and your schedule. Just take a look at them. I'm not saying go crazy and get rid of everything right now. I'm just saying take a look at those three things. Take a look at your office. Take a look at your home. Take a look at your schedule. And just ask yourself, could I benefit from getting rid of a few things? That's all we're going to start with. And then let that take you to the next level. How's that sound? Okay, well, we've got no sound. All right, here's our sound. Thank you guys for joining me on this fabulous Friday for another Pederscope and another episode of Keys to Being the Difference. And if you would like to catch up on past Pederscopes, you can always catch them on my website at stevepederson.com. Guys, have a great and fabulous Friday. We'll catch you later. Hey guys, it's Steve Pederson here again with a little bonus round, a little bonus. Hey Dennis, you joined me. If you watched the previous Pederscope, I was talking about decluttering, and after I closed down the episode, I discovered some other things that I thought were really thank you Capo 300 for joining. Yes, thanks for the love. I just had a couple of other things I wanted to add on to my previous Pederscope that I thought would be really helpful and I thought was very funny and kind of very appropriate. After I do the Pederscope, of course, it downloads the video to my phone, and it made me realize, one of the things that we have the opportunity to declutter is all of the digital information that we have. I would not have been able to download this morning's Pederscope if I hadn't decluttered all of the images and videos that are on my smartphone. So that is another area that we can take a look at. It is all the data, all of the electronic data that we have. Our phones are full of it. Our email inboxes are full of it. And when we get filled with all of this digital data, it becomes overwhelming, and it's this unseen force that kind of hangs over and looms over our heads. Yeah, there is limited memory. Yeah, that's so true. There's limited capacity. And I think we tend to want to think that we have unlimited capacity in all realms, but we really are limited. And the more we can free things up and get things moved out, the more we can bring in the new and experience the new. So I just wanted to kind of add that as a bonus, round 2 to today's topic of decluttering for the Pederscope. Thanks for checking back in, and we'll catch you next week. Oh, the other thing I'm going to do, I thought I would challenge myself to declutter my office, and then next Monday when I resume the Pederscopes, to trash he wants to keep. Okay, is that a book or something? I'm not sure, but it's definitely something that brings up a great point, because sometimes decluttering involves other people. It's not just our own domain, it's not our own realm, and we have to interact with other people and say, hey, are we going to keep this? Are we going to get rid of this? Whatever that may be, if it's our schedule, if it's our stuff around the house. That's a great point. I'm glad you brought that up. So declutter together. How about that for an idea? So as I was saying, I am going to show you my desk next Monday, and it'll be clean by then. That's my challenge, is to declutter my office this weekend. So guys, have a great weekend, and we'll catch you next week with some more exciting Pederscopes, God willing. Take care.